Here's how you can set up scheduled tasks within Claude. In Chat, you can click on Schedule, and then click on New Task, Create with Claude. Claude automatically sends a prompt, but you can click Stop and type in your own text. In this case, I want to run a skill every week. So I just type in that I want to run and then backslash, and select your skill. And then type in when you want it to run and send the prompt. Claude will read through the skill, and then Claude will write the text that it needs to run that skill. All you need to do is select Schedule. Then if you come over to Scheduled Tasks, you'll see the new Scheduled Task Creative. If you needed to edit it for any reason, you can click there, change the day, the time, the frequency, or pause it, or you could run it manually if you needed to run it outside of its schedule. For Claude Cowork, you would come over and click on Scheduled, and then you'd select New Task and Create with Claude. And the biggest difference between the Cowork setup and the chat setup is that in Cowork, you can grant the task access to local files. So in this case, maybe I want the scheduled task to access Dropbox so that it can save files locally, and then the locally saved files would sync to the cloud. Otherwise, the process to set up the scheduled task is exactly the same. When you give Claude access to a local file, Cowork will prompt you to grant access if you haven't given access before. Claude will prompt you with the scheduled task, and then we'll let you know when it's done. It's a good idea to run any new scheduled tasks manually by just selecting here and selecting Run Now. You'll see them listed under Scheduled. And the reason you want to do this is because if you have anything in your scheduled task that requires you to grant permission, you can select Allow for all scheduled runs. That way, when it runs silently in the background, it doesn't get stuck because it doesn't have permission. By granting for all scheduled runs, you won't have the issue in the future.